At 21, you've ran a national championship branch office. You're starting a company. You're not even done with college yet.
Growing up in high school, I always had a drive to be successful in the business world, and I didn't have an outlet or a vehicle to make that happen. And Cutco really was that for me. That's to me what's most special and memorable. It's not just about breaking the record and passing what other people did. It's not winning the silver cup at all. Is more than just the numbers, but it's really the people. Shifting my priority from caring about numbers to caring about people. That was just like a really great mindset that Danny instilled in me, which is people over numbers.
What are you going to ask?
You kicked my butt last year by a lot. So,
Elliot. Well, Colton's a big Bears fan. Should have put my Vikings jersey on? Oh, we got Breinfuel admin. He's already in the waiting room.
Give me 1 second to get.
Elliot, come on, he's here.
I thought it was 6:30.
It is, but he's early because he's Colton Horn. Elliot, right. You give an intro because you know his stats the best.
I'm nervous. Oh my God, I almost just caught my sleeve on fire.
Today we have Colton Horn, the best branch manager Central Region has ever seen, with the region record of $510,000 of Cutco sold in one summer. Now he's on to bigger and better things, so let's see him funk.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Wow.
Colton Horn. How we doing, man?
You got a big game tonight, Funk, before we get started.
I was going to say that. I thought
I was about to rock my Bears jersey on the Zoom. I'm glad we're talking before the game and not after, because you would have been in such a bad mood.
Not gonna lie, I have money on the Bears. So,
Alex, thanks for the invite. It's great to talk to you guys. I have a lot of respect for all three of you, and excited to chat about wherever this conversation goes.
We didn't know your numbers exactly. So what did you guys do in your first summer as a branch?
First summer in 2018, we did 225K. Second summer, 510.
What else did you do in Vector besides branching?
I went rep to branch. I was a rep in North Shore with Danny Lewis in 2017, and then I branched from there.
What did Danny teach you besides Cutco? Like, what did Danny teach you about life?
Danny was a great mentor for me. He taught and showed me a lot about how to work with people, how to get to know people, how to make them feel comfortable, how to appreciate people's differences and uniqueness. Like, I think that probably a lot of young people feel this way, but like for me, I naturally gravitated towards people that were similar to myself. But one of the things that Danny really helped me was to open myself up to people that weren't similar to me and had different personality types, different CVIs, all that. Really look for what makes people different and unique and interesting. And I think that was just like a really great mindset that Danny instilled in me, which is people over numbers.
You obviously doubled your sales from one summer to the next. What do you think made the biggest impact on you doing twice as much business?
The biggest thing is what I just alluded to, which was shifting my priority from caring about numbers to caring about people. I would say another thing is my first summer, just like I think most branches' first summer, was a lot of trial and error. And I think that was one of the reasons why we did well in 2018 is that we tried a lot of things. We really went out and experimented and tried new strategies, and we weren't afraid to fail. And we learned a lot through that process. But the result was for our second summer, we were able to have systems in place because we knew what worked for us. To be really successful, I believe you have to find what works for you and your team that's unique to you and your team.
So the audience that we're reaching with this is branch managers that are about to do it again, new branch managers. What's your biggest advice to them?
No matter how someone comes into Vector, if they commit and if they really give themselves, right, if they really learn and execute and try and grow, they will leave Vector a more complete, more well-rounded person than they started. At a personal level, I've grown so much since I started Vector as a more well-rounded human who's more capable of connecting with others and also understanding myself better. And I think that it's important that we don't lose touch with that aspect of the Vector opportunity because it's arguably as powerful, if not more powerful, as the business or career transformation that you can also make in your time here.
You're from Chicago, so you watched The Last Dance, obviously. Probably a big Michael Jordan fan. LeBron, he always says he's chasing the ghost. And I feel like the impact that someone leaves on an organization, if you can say that the people after them are chasing the ghost, that you've left a pretty good mark. And I know in our office this summer, we were gunning after all of your records that you left. So your impact on Central Region has been incredible. I'm sure nationwide as well. I just wanted to thank you for that.
I sort of felt that way about Andrew and his success. And when he set the record, that was definitely inspiring and motivating for me. But at the same time, I quickly moved from a perspective of wanting to surpass Andrew into wanting to create something really special of our own. And I hope that that's how you guys and others will feel, looking at what we did, looking at what Kyle just did, and what you guys did also. It's not just about breaking the record and passing what other people did. It's about what you are creating that's unique to you and your team. That's, to me, what's most special and memorable about my time with Cutco, is not winning the Silver Cup at all, not winning regional championships or anything like that. It's really like the relationships that I carry with me from Cutco and the memories and experiences I had. And one example of that I think is kind of cool that I always say is, like, I have the Silver Cup in my apartment with me right now. I'm looking right at it. And yet it is not the most valuable item from my time with Cutco to me, but rather this scrapbook that my team made for me that they presented to me at year-end banquet last year with letters and pictures and memories and stuff like that is far more meaningful. So just remember to keep your eye on the ball with what really matters in your time with Cutco is more than just the numbers, but it's really the people.
Damn.
That's awesome.
Can we see the trophy too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yours someday.
And we got Devin Hester on the wall.
Yeah, just in time for tonight's game.
Gross, dude.
Hey, Colton, I heard you're working on Breinfuel. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Here's kind of like the overview. My dad is a pharmaceutical scientist and a surgeon. And for a long time now, about a year and a half, he had been experimenting with caffeine and how to best optimize it, which basically means where do you source the caffeine from? What fuels do you put it with to synchronize its release? What antioxidants can you put in the drink as well to help your brain respond to the caffeine stimulus? And after about a year and a half of experimenting and formulating the product, I was working at an incubator downtown Chicago called Founder Institute. And so we joined forces at that point in January, and we made Breinfuel a reality. So like the whole purpose of Breinfuel, it's a functional, better for you beverage. We call it a cerebral beverage. And the purpose is using caffeine in a way where your brain's able to respond with focus, alertness, and productivity. So what it's really for is sustained energy. So rather than a lot of caffeinated drinks, especially if you look at like the energy drink space, for example, where you get a short rush of energy followed by a wired, jittery feeling and then a crash, we really aim to solve that problem by giving a full day's worth of sustained energy.
I have a question on what you learned, like as a branch or running an office, that helped you to do well opening up another business.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you asking that. Basically, we formed the company in March after graduating or while graduating from Founder Institute. We made a few key hires of beverage industry veterans to help us expedite the process to launch, because I think it's important to be self-aware and know what we don't know, right? And he's in the pharma space and the medical space, and obviously I come from Cutco background and I have no experience with beverages, so that was important to build our team. And there are a lot of parallels to how to build a team with Cutco versus how to build a team anywhere else. And so it's really sort of incredible how quickly we've been able to get from idea stage in January to launch in December, which we're really excited about. So it's been a fun and challenging process. I've learned a lot, and I've definitely applied a lot of the things I've learned from Cutco that we can kind of get into more. But yeah, we're launching in 3 weeks on e-commerce and then retail and distributors next year in 2021.
Colton, do you have a can?
I have an unwrapped sample can if you'd like to see. It's
Yeah, hold it up so people know what they're looking for.
I'll take you to my fridge. So this is straight from the Flavor Man, quite literally, Flavor Man, in Louisville, Kentucky, where we formulated the product. We then have all of our ingredients shipped to Wisconsin, which is where we have a contract manufacturer to put the product together. And then we send it to our 3PL, which is a third-party logistics company or forward warehouse in Ohio that we will be fulfilling our online orders from. So that's where we're at.
You got a backstage pass to Colton's fridge. Has it just been Breinfuel since your national championship with Cutco? or what else you've been working on, or what else you've been up to?
Well, I would say that when I dive into something, I really do dive fully in, and it was the same way with Cutco, and Breinfuel really has occupied almost all of my day-to-day over the past few months. But that being said, I'm still trying to finish school. I'm a senior in college, and I would like to graduate on time, so I've been trying to do that as well. And it's basically 12, 14-hour days, just like it was with Cutco.
I did not know you were still a college student.
Mhm.
So you're finishing school while you're starting Breinfuel.
That's right. Yeah.
Man, the
Where'd you go to
capacity of
school?
this guy.
Northwestern in Evanston.
How old are you, Colton, now?
21. I'm turning 22 in a few months.
You're
January.
21 years old right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you're 21. You've ran a national championship branch office. You're starting a company. You're not even done with college yet.
I just think that like Cutco gave me a really great opportunity, just like with you guys, you've all had a lot of success too, and same with a lot of the people watching this. And maybe some of you would share this sentiment, but like growing up in high school, I always had a drive to be successful in the business world, and I didn't have an outlet or a vehicle to make that happen. And Cutco really was that for me, where it allowed me to kind of embrace my entrepreneurial spirit and not be like guided into a more traditional path. And it really allowed me to forge my own path, which I was really grateful for. And that was like my biggest takeaway from Cutco, arguably, which is that it really gave me the confidence to pursue whatever it is that I wanted rather than following the lead of others. And that's something that I hope other people can take from this interview, is that if you've been blessed with the opportunity to work with Cutco, I hope you know that you've opened a lot of doors for your future personally and professionally, which is a really great thing.
Wow, love that.
Sorry
Well,
for the rant.
That's perfect.
One thing that really helped me out that I didn't mention is being willing and excited to reach out to other people. And that's not just in Cutco, but like especially in Cutco, like before I opened my first branch, I reached past branches in our area, district managers, even DVMs or higher. Like everyone is so willing to help you. And again, that's not just in Cutco, but when I've also looked for internships and stuff outside of Cutco, and again with Breinfuel, I've really found that people are willing to help you if instead of competing with others, you're worried about competing with yourself. And so if you can just stay true to that and always look to grow and always look for help, people are going to be willing to help. And all of the answers are there in this great company that is Cutco. Somebody has done it before, and you can definitely learn a lot from a lot of different people and have a really successful, worthwhile, fulfilling experience.
Hey, Colton, I just want to show you something quick on that note. I don't know if you remember this right here.
I remember when you were messaging
Aw.
me that. Yeah, I remember, and I just remember thinking like that was so awesome. You were like, "Do 5 minutes for me to call," literally. And when I got that, I was like, "Hell yeah, I'd love to help you." And I think most people in Cutco feel that same way, especially about younger, up and coming people in the company.
I remember I was so damn nervous to send that message, and look how receptive Colton was. So to anyone listening, if you reach out to Elliot, reach out to Lydia, reach out to me, reach out to even a guy like Colton Horn, people want to help, like Colton said. So reach out and ask questions, because people are a lot more receptive than you think. So that's proof right there, which is pretty cool. Well, thank you, Colton. I want to respect your time. You got a lot of stuff on your plate. So thank you for making time for us and for the people, for anybody that watches this. And now you guys got a little glimpse of Colton Horn, the legend in Cutco he is. When can we buy Breinfuel? When is it on the shelves? Like, give us some dates here for the people to look out for.
Yeah, so we're looking at somewhere between December 7th and December 14th for the e-commerce launch. We might do some pre-orders or something like that, but we're looking at a December launch, which is exciting. Buy it on our website, breinfuel.com. Yeah, we'll be in stores next year, but an e-com launch in the meantime, and definitely would appreciate support from the Cutco community, because I think and know that it's a great product for many people in Cutco who are really working hard and, really prioritize their productivity and energy.
Where can people just learn a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I would say the best thing is follow us on social right now. I mean, you're welcome to peruse the website if you'd like, but the most up-to-date current information is going to be shown on our Instagram. So just follow us at Breinfuel. Start spreading the word to your friends and get people excited. And it's definitely a labor of love. It's something that I'm really excited to do, and Cutco is always going to be a big part of anything that I do, just like for most people who had, the type of experience with Cutco that I did. So I definitely hope to engage the Cutco community with the Breinfuel community.
Let's go. All right, thanks, Colton.
Very, very exciting what you guys are doing. I'm big fans of all yours, so I'm excited to be on here with you.
We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one, guys. Go Bears.
Hey.
I was waiting for it.